Welcome back everyone to Welstopia. We are back here at the haunted house, and today I want to see how much of this we could finish by the end of the episode, because this is being posted on Halloween, and of course we need as complete a haunted house as possible for Halloween. Right here we have the wine cellar. I have the entrance into the hidden area behind this wall right here. Now I presume that if I were Mumbo Jumbo or somebody like that, I would come up with a piece of redstone that would open it and close it up so that it would fit in properly and yet still be a secret door. But for now, that's what I'm doing. Probably would take me 3 episodes to do that right. But there you go, add a little creepiness to it with a spider there. I wonder, maybe I need to use slabs here and make it darker. With the slabs down, let's see how it looks down here. That looks a lot moodier and fitting with what we're doing here. I've got a single spider head here. Now, actually, what happens if I push the spider head back a little bit? I was thinking of having a single torch here to emphasize the spider head, though that's still too much. I wonder what a redstone torch will do. One redstone torch? Yeah. Much better. And this can also be helpful because if I later do make some sort of a secret door mechanism here, the redstone torch can be the key to the whole thing. There you go. It's rather creepy, the light that's filtering in through the slabs. But there you go. One dark, moody basement. And you have the spider sounds that are coming from below, just to add to it a little bit. Speaking of spiders, I might need some webs. There you go. One spooky cellar. Yikes! Let's get upstairs. Next we have the study, where we will have a little chest where we're going to have a little bit of a treasure. There are a couple of potions in the original module. I believe that they were some slightly useful one, resist poison or something like that, though I don't have any of those, so therefore I'll use potions of water breathing, which would be just as useful in these parts. And I actually used a trapped chest, where next to it I will put a note block, so that whenever you open up you get a note block sound. It's a bit of a trap. Yeah, it's a bit of a kludge for a trap. I'm sure they'll figure out, oh, this must be a trap chest because it's sounding off the note block whenever you open up. But I think anything more sophisticated than that isn't going to work very well, because I've got a netherwart farm below there, and I've got another room on the other side there. So we're not going to have any good opportunities for putting in complex redstone for traps there. For this room, I decided to get rid of this jack-o'-lantern, and I'm going to add a fireplace. And the reason why I want to add a fireplace is because the original module describes that there are red mushrooms surrounding the fireplace. And if we're going to do that, we're going to need a fireplace to do that. Now the question is, will the mushrooms stay on here if I place them? Well, I can get mushrooms onto the floor here. This is, of course, a little bit too dark. It's dark enough for mobs to spawn, which means I'll have to put a jack-o'-lantern here. Ooh. While the jack-o'-lantern prevented me from actually placing the mushrooms, it doesn't cause the ones that are there to go away. Well, that's a little bit surprising and useful. That means I can take out the jack-o'-lantern, put mushrooms wherever I can. Then afterwards, I can put the jack-o'-lantern there to give it some light. Let's see how many. I think any place where we see it. These are the dark areas. This is a relatively dark area. I'm wondering why. That one. Well, this looks like all the places where I'm going to be able to get it. Now place in the jack-o'-lantern. There you go. Now, oh, must have to do with the block update or something like that? Because I put the bars next to it, then the block update caused that to disappear. Okay. Ah, so as long as I don't do a block update, these are going to stay there. Okay. We'll see if they stay here after a little while. It might be that something says, "Oh, time to grow," and says, "Oh, wait a minute, it's lit too high." We'll see what happens. So that takes care of that room. For this room, we're supposed to have a 4-poster here. Now, how are you going to make a 4-poster in Minecraft is another matter. We'll start out with the bed here. See what we can do with it. Because I suppose we could put that looks horrible. At the very least, we'll need larger dimensions. Let's... well... yeah. Not exactly what I call anything stellar. Then the bed frame can go around that. Do I have anything for that? Let's temporarily use birch, though I may use something else once I see how this looks. And then we can have as I said, temporary colors until I this looks like some pictures when I said what does a Minecraft 4-poster bed will look like. That's sort of what I tend to see on the internet there. It might be good if I could find something to put on here that doesn't make that look like someone had extra pillowing down there for some reason. Oh, that's right. We are going to need something on top too, aren't we? Ah! I will have to move the lighting, of course, if this works. Yeah, and... oh, carpeting. Oh, let's get rid of this thing. It's going to have to be moved no matter what. So I might as well remove it now. Oh, that's... well, that'll be tough. But for this, can I get it up there? Oh, because we've got the... oh. The trouble, of course, is that we can't go past a certain height here due to the way the ceiling is. Right? 1, 2, yeah, right, that's right, because we've got upper slabs there. Therefore, we'll have to instead try this. But this is going to be too small. Therefore, I think what's our problem is that we have, we need string for that. Forgot about that little detail. But this is going to be a bit small, isn't it? Yeah, it is going to be, because that'll only be 1.5 high. It would give us trouble getting in and out of bed. I think I'm going to ditch the idea of the 4 posts. If I had a larger room, I might consider the matter. But it certainly doesn't fit here. This place is all dilapidated. Yeah, actually. Right. It's dilapidated. In fact, it says that much of this is gone anyway. So we'll get rid of this and just assume that we have a bit of a bed frame here. Maybe some relics of posters or something like that, but nothing that will be really impressive and that'll be lasting or anything like that. This place is falling apart after all, so we might as well take advantage of that little thing by saying, alright, we've got a couple of posts here that are still around, but yeah, actually this is a good candidate for having fallen. I think this would be a better place for the 4th post, or 3rd, because the 4th one doesn't exist. Maybe a few spider webs would make it a little bit less cringeworthy. Looks like the spiders are using this as a sleeping area rather than anyone who may have used to be here. There you go. That'll keep people from coming in and looking too closely, right? Right. Out here we're going to need a few shutters on some of these windows and subtract a few here and there where things just don't go right. Let's see. Take one off here, take one off here. Every once in a while we're going to have one that's missing. Probably not too many that are going to be gonna get, well, see if I can get one that's actually on the upper part. There you go. A little bit unhinged. Now speaking of unhinged, let's see, should I have, well, that looks too organized. Yeah, alright. No, there's not anything I do about that then. We'll put one that looks completely out of place. Well, no, that's not the one I was thinking. I was thinking right there, which is a bit out of place because we have to say that maybe it's hanging down or something like that instead of where it's supposed to be. It looks like most of these are going to be gone because I'm just not going to go and get the trouble of putting some there. Now I've got 2 more left. Maybe throw one here. Of course, that's before subtraction. And speaking of subtraction, we'll take one off here and take one off there. That one must have slipped down. How did Ivy start climbing up here? Well, at least it works. I don't think I should do anything about that ivy because I think it's most appropriate that we have ivy growing up here, right? Right. Yeah. There you go. I know, I'm not very good at dilapidated. It's just not my style here. Hmm. Well, that's about as good as I'm going to get there. Alright. Yeah, I have too much of a clean style really to get a convincing haunted house apparently. Now, of course, it doesn't help that we're looking at this in the daytime. I suppose I'm going to have a look at it when it gets to be night. Not exactly fond of looking at things at night, but we'll have to see. Maybe I'll have just one brief moment before someone sleeps tonight, and we'll see what we have. Now, since I'm usually the one who is jumping in bed the quickest, I might actually have a few moments. Now, let's see. Yeah, it does look a little bit run down. Haunted? Well, that's questionable. We'll have to see. I'll wait for night and see if I can get a little bit of a run through here. The sun is setting and it should be getting dark soon, though all these torches I have down here are probably going to spoil that effect a little bit. Yet, at least maybe we should see something. At least until somebody sleeps. Let's see how it looks. It's getting darker. Stars are coming out. Normally I'd be hopping into a bed right now. How spooky does this look now? Not very well. What's spooky is saying, is there a creeper behind me? Hee! I'll see. How does it look from the inside? That way I won't get any creepers coming in at me. Looks like there's quite a bit of light here though, which is the thing that spoils the effect. Yeah, there's light everywhere just about. And of course that's because I don't want anything to spawn. I have very few places where I've left things to be dark. And I think I did have one room. I was thinking of placing some carpeting. Maybe I didn't do that in the end. Yeah. Well, it does not look like it's going to be very creepy and dark, except down into the basement, unfortunately. It's down here, where there are no windows anyway. It looks properly creepy and dark. But alas, I think our need to keep out mobs ruins everything. Maybe I should have ignored the module and tried to make things a little bit larger so that I could make things darker and still keep things from spawning. Well, that's our haunted house, which is unfortunately too bright, I think, in order to be very convincing. And someone did sleep in the end to remove the night in any case. So I'm going to call it here. This is the build at least. Maybe every once in a while I'll come back here and think of something to do, but I think this build is about as large as I can get away with making it inside the space I've got. So we'll just have to call it done with that. Next time I'm going to head back into the main part of Salt Marsh, where we are going to build a little bit of a village hall, and maybe we could start on the trading center. And that's what I'll do in the next episode of Piney Plays Minecraft Welstopia.